Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Erin, and yesterday one of you had asked me if I had ever done a Q&A, and I have, but when I was looking I realized that it has been a minute. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little bonus Q&A video. So I'm at Chipotle. I thought it'd be fun to just get my favorite Chipotle order and just eat and chat and answer your questions. More of a laid back video, but it's a bonus video. So I'm still gonna post on a Friday and do something a little more fun. I actually was thinking about doing like an assumptions video, but I feel like I haven't really been around long enough for you guys to have assumptions about me. Maybe I'm assuming wrong, but I don't know. If you guys want me to do an assumptions video at some point, let me know, because I would totally do that too. But yeah, so today we just have some questions to answer and some good old Chipotle for lunch. Okay, so this thing is filled to the brim. Like, she is thick. So I get a chicken burrito bowl with brown rice. I go back and forth between brown rice and white rice. I feel like the brown rice is healthier, but I mean, I don't really know. Fajita veggies, salsa. I get extra corn. I just love corn. I don't know why, but I do. What else is on here? Sour cream, lettuce, and salsa, the pico de gallo. And I think that's everything. But I mean, if I come across something that I'm missing, I will let you know. But I have not had a good Chipotle bowl in forever. Oh my gosh. Do you see everything smelling? Oh no. Okay, maybe this was a bad idea. No, this is a great idea. This is so good. I actually used to be anti-Chipotle. I used to go to Bubba Coos, which if you don't have a Bubba Coos, it's like a wannabe Chipotle, but it's way more like Americanized, I guess you could say. But I always favored it over Chipotle. In the Chipotle versus Bubba Coos, I was like a diehard Bubba Coos person. And then I don't know what happened. One day I just switched sides. And I realized that, oh, black beans. I knew I was forgetting something. There's black beans in here. But I realized that Chipotle is just so much better than Bubba Coos. One last bite and then I will start the questions. Okay, question number 1. How did you and Orlando meet? Love your videos. Well, thank you so much for watching and supporting. Orlando and I actually met on Tinder. So, I mean, I guess there's a long story and a short story. I mean, I guess you could just do the long story, right? If you don't want to hear the whole thing, just fast forward. But basically, well, not basically. So what happened was I was in a really long relationship with the kid that I ran into at the gas station video. I was with him on and off since I was 12, like literally 12. But he was just like the kind of person that, like, I don't know, I just felt like comfortable with. So like every time I was single, we basically just got back together. I don't really know why. I wish I didn't, but whatever. That's in the past. But anyway, the relationship got to the point where I just like, not only just like wasn't like feeling it anymore, but like I did not like him anymore. I wasn't happy. I was just like telling myself like, Erin, you always go back to him. Like, there's always a reason why you always go back to him. Just like, you know, stick it through, push through, like, you know, you'll get that feeling back at some point. And then it never came. So I was so like mentally and emotionally out of that relationship for so long that by the time I ended things, I really just wanted to feel loved by somebody and to love somebody. So I downloaded Tinder. I don't know why, because I mean, I feel like, well, actually, now you hear a lot more of relationships working out, but back then it was more of like, Tinder was not totally for relationships. I don't know. I downloaded Tinder because I don't know, wanted to chat with people, I guess, feel wanted, if that makes sense. I'll never forget, I was sitting in the parking lot at college. I just went to a county college in our town. So I downloaded Tinder while I was sitting in the parking lot because I was really early from class because I left work and I had like, I think an hour until class started or whatever. And I was like, I'm just going to download Tinder. And he was one of the first people that I matched with. And I remember when I saw his picture, it like gave me butterflies. And I was like, I really hope he matches with me. And he messaged me, and that was on a Monday. It was actually the day after Easter. It was the year that Easter fell on April 1st, so it was April 2nd. And he messaged me, and he asked how my Easter was, and I was like, oh, maybe he's like, you know, different than everyone else, you know, actually asking like about me. So that was on a Monday, and then that Thursday we FaceTimed for the first time. And then Friday, because I worked like down the street from where he lived, I stopped by just to like meet him in person for like 5 minutes. It was like 10 o'clock at night because I had closed at Starbucks. So we like casually met. And then the next day, that Saturday, was our first ever date. And the rest is history, I guess. It's crazy though, because I didn't know it at the time, but his sister is the same age as me, and I've actually known her literally since elementary school. Like, we just grew up always going to school together, always like knowing who the other was. So it's so like weird, like thinking back, like growing up, I never would have imagined that she would be my sister-in-law. And also, too, we literally grew up around the street from each other. Like, so the street that I lived off of, because I lived in a cul-de-sac off of a main street, if you turned onto one of the side streets off of that street, he lived down one of those. So it was like, I don't know, a 2-minute car ride, if that. So I'm sure at some point in our lives, we were at the same place at the same time, and we just didn't know each other. What do you do for work besides YouTube? So I am a sign language interpreter. That's what I went to school for. The county college in my county has an interpreter training program. So that kind of just like fell into my lap. I am a freelance interpreter, which means that I'm a subcontractor for an interpreting agency. So when a deaf person is admitted into the hospitals, the hospital calls the agency, and the agency will subcontract out. So that's what I do. It's not always full-time work though. It's really dependent upon a deaf person being in the hospital and how many interpreters there are that are willing to take the job. So sometimes someone's there for a week and you get one shift out of it. It is a really great job, don't get me wrong, but it's not like 40 hours a week every week. So that's why I have a lot of time to do YouTube videos. I basically do them around the hours that I'm working that week. And that's why some weeks I post more than others, because it just depends on how many hours I'm working with the agency. When I first started my channel, I didn't really like know what to expect from it. But now that I've been doing it for a while, I absolutely love having a YouTube channel. So my goal is to kind of swap, instead of interpreting being my main stream of income, and then just like getting a little bit of money from YouTube, to kind of have YouTube be my main stream of income and then interpret in my free time that way, because it just makes more sense for Orlando and I as a family one day when we have children, because obviously I can't go and interpret with a little one unless I put them in daycare, and I don't know if I really want to do that. So YouTube would be really great because then I can be home and still make content, or Orlando gets home from work and then film, you know, so it just makes it a little bit more easier. So that's kind of the goal. That's why I've been posting so much. Not just, you know, trying to make money, but I do think that it would just be better for our family to have YouTube be more of a source of income that we can rely on, if that makes sense. This bowl is so good today. I've been like devouring it, but I've also been really thirsty for like 5 minutes now. So I got a lemonade. I did put a little tiny bit of the watermelon limeade in it. I don't know if that was a good idea or bad. Ooh. Very refreshing. Okay. There was another question on here about Orlando's work. I think that was on YouTube though. Let me see. Okay, so somebody had said, is social media your full-time job? So I just answered that. No, but hopefully one day. What does Orlando do? So Orlando actually works for the New Jersey Turnpike Authority. He is a maintenance personnel. Basically, his job title is to maintain the roadway. So he works on the Garden State Parkway. He's the person that you'll see on the tractors, or if there's an accident, he'll clean it up. Like, he does all of that. But it is a really great job. He has a pension, he has health benefits, so he will have health benefits for our family. That's something that I don't get through, obviously, YouTube, but even my interpreting job, because I am self-employed, I don't get any kind of benefits. I don't get a 401k, I don't get health insurance, so he has all of that covered, which is awesome. But yeah, so it is a good job. He's been doing it, I think, for 10 years. I'm sure he'll comment in this video correcting me. Another question. How old are you? I'm 26. I get a lot of comments that I look like Steph Pappas's little sister. That when I say stuff from like, oh, that was a long time ago or whatever, and I'm talking about when I was like a teenager, people will be like, a teenager? Like, way back? What do you mean way back when? You look like a teenager. So yeah, I just look young. I know I look young. I've always gotten that I look young. But one day, that'll be a compliment. Because one day, I will be 50 years old, and everyone will think I'm like 35. So I used to get so insulted by it, but now I just look at the bright side of it, I guess. Oh my gosh, do you have a Cash App? Would you consider selling any feet pics? No! Sorry, no feet pics for me. It was like, I think a year or two ago when everybody was talking about feet finders and how much money they made off of feet finders. I made a feet finders, and I think I posted like one picture, and then I was getting all these messages from people, and I was so uncomfortable. So I never did it again. So sorry. No feet pics for me. Okay, my camera overheated, so I'm not sure where I left off, but I think it was the question, will you do eating vegan foods for 24 hours? Yeah, I am planning on it. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to like cook for 24 hours doing it, or try to find fast food places that have vegan foods to eat at, because I was like looking. I know like Starbucks, Burger King, I don't really know where else. I mean, I guess I could go to Chipotle, right? And just not get meat or like sour cream or queso, anything like that. I don't know. I am planning on doing it. I just have to look into it. Figure out exactly where to go. Have you ever struggled with body image issues, disordered eating, or an actual eating disorder? No, unfortunately, I never have. I do know people that have. I've been fortunate that I've always had a healthy relationship with food. But if you are struggling with that, just know that it will get better. You just have to really take it one day at a time. Try and join like groups with people that are going through the same thing as you or have made it to the other side. I would just say try to remind yourself that your body needs food. Like, food is good for you. You can't survive without it. So don't starve your body or feel like food is the enemy, because it's not. You need to fuel your body somehow, and you can't do it with not eating. And as far as body dysmorphia, and something else I really can't give advice on, but you're beautiful no matter if you see it or not. I can promise you that everybody else looks at you and thinks that you're beautiful how you are. So I don't know, try to maybe give yourself like words of affirmation. Maybe make a journal and just kind of like repeat to yourself like over and over, like, you know, I am beautiful. My body looks good the way it is. And maybe one day you'll be able to believe it. I don't know if that's the advice that I would give, but I don't really know if that's good advice or not. When is your wedding day? Our wedding's in October. I don't want to say the exact date because I've posted the location of our wedding a couple of times on social media. And there's some interesting people out there. So I don't want anybody just showing up. You guys will know the exact date eventually. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question because I feel like this video is getting kind of long. What are your dogs' names? Kratos and Ryder. So Kratos is our pit bull. You don't really see much of him because he just people watches and sleeps all day. Orlando came up with the name from the video game God of War. The main character's name is Kratos, and I don't know, he just liked it. So that's what we named him. And then Ryder is our Belgian Malinois. And her name is spelled R-Y-D-E-R. But we basically couldn't agree on a name for a really long time. He wanted Athena and then something else, I feel like. But I just wanted something more like simple, I guess. We already had Kratos, which in the video game has to do with like Greek mythology. Athena has to do with Greek mythology. So I just like wasn't a fan. And then I heard the name Ryder at one point and I was like, ooh, I love that name. But I hadn't said it to him because I didn't think that he would like it. And then one day he was like, you know what name I heard that I think would be perfect for her? Ryder. And I was like, no way. But so that's what we named her. And it really is perfect for her. I am stuffed. Hopefully I got to your question. If I didn't and you want me to do more Q&As, I can totally do them. Also, let me know if you want me to do like an assumptions video. I feel like that would be fun to answer your assumptions about me. But then I have to wait until my channel grows a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.